We have a Samsung dryer here, guys, and complaint on this is, well, take a look. Belt is missing. And when you press start, you hear a clicking sound. Alright guys, so we have a Samsung, and the complaint on this one was not starting. As you can see, that's the idler on the floor. Belt is broken. See how that belt has that shape? Something was stuck. That froze. Machine was overloaded. So they replaced the belt and the idler. Hopefully the rollers are okay. So yeah, that was stuck. Very tight. That's melted. So that was frozen. Alright, let's get her fixed. Alright guys, see, that's the updated roller. Those are ball bearings. So they're more efficient and better than those old school. So those are garbage, don't use them. So those are there, but they're still fine, so we'll leave them. But they also have updated ones as well, ball bearings. So they're actually better, roll easier and smoother. Alright guys, so we have, this is the updated roller. Now, you're going to have screw supply with that, so you want to make sure that you use the screws. Your supply screw will not work on your old screw will not work on the new one. And if you do put it on, it's going to be too tight, and your roller arm or your idler will not pivot. So keep the screw that goes with it. If you notice, it has a smaller opening, and it will not sit flush. And it'll be too tight. This will not go all the way in, and this will be shaking. So this goes with this, and if you notice, this has a beveled edge so that when you tighten it, it has basically a lip so it doesn't over tight. So this is able to move or pivot. And the same for this guy, except it has it on the screw, as you see it right there. So use the supply screw with the new idler arm. Now, pretty straightforward. You do have your spring. Make sure that the arm goes under it and line your hole right there. Simple as that. And then you put your screw in, make sure it's tight. I have one hand here, so bear with me. It is not cutting it. Sorry guys. Okay, so we're connected now, as you can see. And what you want to do, you want to make sure that when you screw, make sure the screw actually goes all the way in. Okay, right now you think you're good, and it's too tight. You see that? It's not moving. So if you want to loosen it up, you can see the screw actually has a little bit left to go. So you want to remove the screw, not all the way, loosen it. Okay. And basically lift the arm. There it goes. Now you see that? And now you're going to tighten it down. Make sure it's snug. See that? And that's how that should be. So you got to make sure, and then don't forget your spring. Should have gotten that spring on first, but easily popped on. So, all right. Alright guys, so I did not film the instructions or how I did the belt, so I will attempt to show you how to put the belt on. I already put it on, but I will take it off again and show you. Now I'm using one hand here. You can do the same. If it's a kind of difficult, you might want to use two hands. You can actually put one arm to the left and one to the right, and you can push that pulley basically towards the side of the machine to the left.
All right,
and
guys,
that will
so here's another
help a lot.
important part.
So I am using one hand and holding the camera, so I'm able to use one hand. You don't have to use gloves, but sometimes it's better because
Not there.
you could get pinched with the belt. But
if you
pull that idler arm back with your other hand,
this
you
cover,
should be totally fine. Make sure the belt is facing the groove side is facing the drum, and the smooth side is facing the pulley or the idler wheel.
That's your door switch.
And once you're done, check your belt. Make sure your belt is not twisted.
And he goes here. Just leave him there. If he's too long, you can just put a little piece right in there. And then you just twist these guys over. And twist, lock them in place. I'll double check them once I'm done. And if you can, use gloves with these machines. These edges are sharp, they will cut you. So be careful on that. Lock in. Okay, all right, and then you have your tabs. Corner, make sure they're in. Same thing here. There it goes, and she's locked in. So now you got your screws, and your wires are secured. Nothing can touch the drum while it's rotating. All right, button this guy up. And don't forget that. Easily forgot. This is the first one you should put in, just because once you get going, you're gonna forget about it. So plug that in. As soon as you put this in, plug that in.
Good practice, guys. Keep most of your screws. Most of Samsung screws are pretty much the same. There are a few that are not. See those two pointy ones? Those are metal screws, and you see that flat point one? That goes into the plastic. So the thread is different, so it makes a difference. So pay attention to how you take them out.
All right, guys, make sure you have your door switch. Make sure that's plugged in. And now you check all your wires, make sure nothing is hanging out. Gotta tuck that one back up, goes in that hole. And then you're gonna have your screws. So those are your tabs that holds your front on, so you don't have to screw it on right away. You can actually slide it on and it should stay in place. Just like that. Now you can do your screws and make sure you pull that wire out if yours is down. All right guys, so we're almost done. Those screws are in. Again, make sure your wires are ready. Otherwise, when you put that on, you have to remove the front or dig for that wire. So keep in mind, all the screws, see those screws, when you're all done, those are special screws. They go right there, okay? Do not put those screws, those there, okay? And then, of course, those, they go to the back. And then those shiny ones, they go up here and they hold that front cover in. Sometimes you might have some problems removing this cover in the front. It is a little bit pain. You can use a hook and pry and just work your way. Just don't break the tabs, but be careful.